Buddy, happy Sunday. Good to see you. Welcome to the thing. Hi, I'm Charlie, and you're back in this week's live Mailbag show. I'm real excited. We're really going to focus this whole month on something that I haven't properly really branded yet, but it's basically going to be the nuts and bolts basics, best practice, brilliant basics, smallest pieces, things that you should do for any eCom stuff, right? So I called it the eCom starter pack. I called it the brilliant basics. I don't know. I'm not selling anything, so I don't have great branding for it yet. But we're going to cover it every week. We have 6 pieces that are the most essential best practices everybody should be doing before you do any prospecting on Facebook. So we're going to cover 2 elements every week. And then at the end of the month, we're going to put it all in an ebook. This is going to be fantastic. I'm super excited. Hey, Carolyn and Court. And Court, how's that new job, man? Congratulations. Dean Court was the guy who's in here drop shipping iWorks at an ad agency. Congratulations, my man. Anyway, I don't know how my voice is shot. Maybe it's been too many concerts. Who knows? But I wanted to say thank you all very much. Patreon's going great. If you don't know about it, I've been trying to post links to it inside the group more often so you can get a grasp on that. A couple people did the homework this week all the way through, so it's been really great to offer some half price discounts on Slack channel and also some one-on-ones. So that's phenomenal. Hi, Aaron. How you doing? And AJ, how you doing? So remember, if you do any of the homework from any of the lives from any week, you can go back and do it. You can get 50% off one-on-ones. You get 50% off the Patreon or the Slack, or you can get You can also get maybe I'll do 50% off the Patreon. Why not? And then also you can get any of the ebooks and any of the stuff that you want for free. And I'll walk you through executing any of the homework as well. Some of that stuff has been setting up Tapjoy. It's been getting the Instagram growth hacking engines in. It's been doing creative iterative testing. It's been doing retargeting, all sorts of fun stuff. So anyway, we're going to focus on some good stuff today. We're going to get through a bunch of other things. I just want to say that it's really exciting. I've really, really enjoyed seeing a bunch of new people in here and seeing the success stories. We had a group member this week post their case study that they did with Facebook using our CBO methodology and a bunch of other stuff. So congratulations to Andrew. I love seeing success in here. From Court getting into a job at managing 7 figures for ad agencies, like a monthly 7-figure budget. Congratulations to people being able to quit their jobs or making drop shipping working for them and start their own business. To Andrew this week having a published case study with Facebook using all the stuff that we're talking about here as well as other things, and doing it across 1 million verticals. That means everything to me. It's so important. And I'm actually on the cusp myself of doing a new Facebook case study. Actually going to a barbecue today with a couple Facebook case managers, some customer service managers, and some teams. One of our great reps from Austin's moved to Los Angeles, and we're going to go out and have a barbecue at the beach in Manhattan Beach with her and a bunch of other people to welcome her and her boo and all that other stuff. It's going to be great. So after this live, I'm actually going to the Pride Parade, West Hollywood, and then we're going to go down to Manhattan Beach and welcome some Facebook people to the cruise. So I got a watermelon. It's going to be fun. Anyway, let's get to the fucking biz. Oh, yeah. So the case study, by the way, we're going to build a brand new brand from the ground up. And Facebook's going to fund half this study, where Facebook will pay us to run CBO the way that they describe. Top to bottom, prospecting, retargeting, retention, CBO their way. And then we're going to fund doing CBO my way, the way that we do it here. BB CBO, bucket-based. We're going to build the brand from ground up, brand new ad account, brand new website, brand new everything. It's going to be fun. Hey, Mohammed. Hey, Vika. Hey, Vika. Vika's great people. Yeah, right, Court? It's going to be amazing. So we're going to see what's going on. Good morning, Vika. Are you going to the barbecue later? Let's hope you are. If not, whatever. Vika and I work together. So it's great to see you here. And, we've got some other things going. Vika is a rock star and a lot of good stuff. So I hope to see you more in here, Vika. It's awesome. And before we get started on all the stuff for this week, I want to say that the new ebook went out. So it's another best practices for a 7-figure DR marketer. Let me see. What are the topics that we covered in that thing? Let's see. So we got optimization cadence, the value of social proof, how to best maximize the value of your social proof, knowing what you're actually being asked to do as an agency and a service provider, why bigger is better and how to execute on it, what is the right ad set budget if you're still not using CBO, but you can also use it for CBO, because remember, CBO is just a budget range with a max and a min built around the ad set. And you let Facebook be smart. We also have how to use your low funnel profits to scale prospecting, and how to lower your CPAs in prospecting and increase your ROAS in retargeting, and focus on the number 1 and 2 objectives as a business so that you can maximize results today instead of being in the weeds day to day, losing your fucking head, trying to solve a million problems without any direction. So anyway, that ebook went live yesterday as promised. Actually stayed home and made sure that it got done. But yeah, so super excited about that. And the take rate, more people have downloaded that in the first 12 hours than any other book. It makes me so fucking happy. I think we're dozens and dozens of people now. So if you haven't done it yet, do it. And if you're not in the Patreon, you can do this week's homework and you get it for free, or any other week's homework. And if you do any of the homework, again, it's half off on the Patreon, half off on the Slack, or half off on one-on-one. So if you don't know about the Slack too, that's where we have private chats with everybody. There's a lot of great people in there. And if you want to get in on the Slack, it's the top tier in the Patreon. And if you need any help, you can just DM me. And I will send you a link to it. Hey, Cheryl. So anyway, let's get started with this week's stuff, and let's just get cooking right along, because that's what's really fucking important. So this week's stuff that we really want to focus on is something that I see so often inside of ad accounts, and it's not part of the 6 things we're going to cover, because I'll be duplicitous. And duplicity is great, but let's provide as much value as we can. So this one is easy. This one is super fucking easy. It's 3 steps. You can do it today. Take a screenshot of it and reap the rewards. It's very, very simple. So what this is, and this is something that I do on all ad accounts, bar none, day 1, get this shit done. It's setting up retention, audiences, and exclusions. Now, a lot of you will say, well, what's the value of it? Or a lot of the questions I get asked. Number 1, should I focus on retention? And the honest truth is, maybe for your business model, it might make sense for you to resell to people, or maybe everybody's a one-time buyer. But what I want to say is, very often I see people marketing to folks that just purchased. Very rarely do people exclude recent buyers from their prospecting efforts. Now, what sense does this make, right? So if you're advertising to somebody, so say, let's use a grocery store, right? So you're prospecting ads or the billboards out on the street to try to get people to come to the grocery store, right? So your billboards out on the street, everybody coming into the grocery store. And then your retargeting ads are, everybody trying to get them, all the sales signs and everything. So anyway, so he fills up their cart. They purchased. How valuable is it to you when the person walks out the door to tell them that you have a grocery store that they should check out? It's this fucking valuable. Fuck all. So how do we account for that? What we need to do is start to exclude those people. And not only do we exclude them from prospecting and retargeting, but we set up an entire part of the funnel just for them. And this part is called retention. Now, some efforts where retention is at the very bottom of the funnel, some of it's the mid, but we're going to treat this as a separate audience. And so for our purposes today, we're going to set up a retention effort as a mid-funnel audience, because the vast majority of us here, and the vast majority of everybody we don't have an entry-level product and then curate reoccurring purchases. Where in that business model, a retention effort would be at the very bottom of the funnel. Most of us have a product that somebody can buy once, maybe multiple products, maybe they come back and buy it again. I use the example of it's the bottle of Coca-Cola at the 7-Eleven. When you buy it once, I want you to come back and buy it again. I mean, yeah, you can buy the 12-pack, yeah, you can buy the case, you can get a subscription, whatever, but if you come back in the 7-Eleven, I want you to buy that bottle of Coke. So, this is done very, very easy. Remember I said it's 3 steps. Step number 1 is going to be making 2 custom audiences using the purchase pixel event. Very easy. 1 is going to be purchase pixel event where you're going to make an audience of people that purchased in the last 14 to 30 days. And that depends on your business model. I think for our purposes here, let's just say 30 days. Meaning that you want an audience of everybody that's bought from you in the last 30 days. Now, why is this important? It's important because you want to exclude those people from seeing your ads again. Why? Well, on day 1, as soon as you walk out of the store with that product, in our world, that means that you don't have the product yet. It's still going to take probably, maybe free shipping overnight, but most likely it's going to take a week or 10 days or longer for them to get the product. So let's say it's a 7-day delivery time. You buy the product today. It takes 7 days for that product to get to the client, right? And then it probably takes them another week or 2 to use the product and to appreciate it and to understand it. So now we're at the beginning of week 4. In that week, week 3 or 4, in that week, somebody's making their emotional investment into the product and seeing, do I like this thing? Do I want more of it? Am I using it? Blah, blah, blah. That person has the option in that time to go back to your site and buy more of it. When they don't, we start to come up on the top of at the end of week 4, day 28, day 29, day 30. On day 31, we can start advertising to them again. Because the time in between day 1 and day 29 are impressions, and they do not lead to valuable clicks because that person could on their own make a purchase again. And it is not valuable to us to occupy our time, because remember, Facebook is looking for somebody that's likely to take that action. Who's most likely to take an action is somebody that's taken that action before. So when you have previous purchasers, recent purchasers inside of your prospecting audience, Facebook is going to try to show that ad to the person that just made the purchase because they're most likely to respond positively to it because they just did. So the purchase 30 is going to be one of our first steps. The second step is a purchase 180 because that is the longest window that we can use. Now, what are we going to use the purchase 180? Is that's going to be our retention audience for our retention efforts. And inside of that, what we're now going to do is exclude purchaser 30, and we're going to exclude purchaser 30 from all of our efforts. We're also going to exclude purchaser 180 from all prospecting efforts. Now, why are we doing this? It's because we don't care if somebody adds a cart if they bought in the last 30 days. Like if they bought in the last 30 days, they've made the purchase. So inside of prospecting, we're going to exclude the purchaser 180. Instead of retargeting, we're going to exclude the purchaser 30. Now what we can do is we're going to add a new audience inside of our retargeting, inside of our mid-funnel. That's going to be purchaser 180, but excluding purchaser 30, right? Because we're doing that from everybody. So I know I talked quickly. Let me recap. Prospecting will now exclude anybody that's bought in the last 180 days because that is now a mid-funnel or a retention audience. That is as valuable as website visitors in the last 30. That is a new mid-funnel audience. All of your mid-funnel is now going to exclude purchasers in the last 30 days. Okay? So that's step 1, and actually that was step 2. So your homework is just 3 steps. 1, create a purchaser 180 and a purchaser 30-day audience. Step number 2, exclude purchaser 30 from exclude purchaser 180 from your prospecting campaigns. Step number 3, add a purchaser 180 to your mid-funnel efforts. Call it retention. And what I would say then is, if you want to go the extra mile, exclude purchaser 30 from all of your mid-funnel efforts. So what I need from you to get your homework done is 3 screenshots. I guess technically 4. Sorry, my bad. 4. All right, I didn't think that's so. Screenshot. You know what you can do in what? Screenshot of a purchaser 180 and a purchaser 30 audience. Just so you made it. Step 2 of the homework is a shot of an exclusion of any one prospecting ad set that excludes purchaser 180. And step 3 is a screenshot of a mid-funnel audience that includes only buyers from the last 180 days, excluding buyers from the last 30. You send me those 3 things, and you get half off the Patreon, half off the Slack, half off a one-on-one or any ebook that you want for free, and I'll walk you through the execution of any of the parts of that ebook that you need. Okay? That's it. That's the homework. And I guarantee you right now, the value of this is A, we're not going to be targeting recent buyers with ads. Because if you just bought, you don't need an ad. And how many of you have seen this thing where you just bought a product and then they're hitting you up with ads the next fucking day? That's fucking annoying. And it's a waste of fucking money. Number 2, or B, whatever. Trying to catch up. My cold brew in my dancing frog glass. Cup, whatever. Number 2 is that we're going to have an audience of purchasers in the last 180 days as a mid-funnel audience, as a retention audience. These are people that already have bought from you, that are already warmed up to your product, that already know about the brand, right? So these are folks that have already bought Coca-Cola before. They know they like it. So they're likely to buy from you again. Versus people in prospecting have no fuck all idea what Coca-Cola is. Once you know what the product is, once you made the purchase, once you received it, you're a warm lead for the next 6 fucking months. And the last effect is that you're going to be able to now prospect inside of pre-existing customers, which means you're going to be able to spend more money getting previous buyers to buy again. And in all likelihood, they're a warmer lead than somebody that knows fuck all about you, which means when you want to scale your business, you now have a pre-existing CRM list to sell to, which is phenomenally valuable. Because remember, when you want to scale your business, it's not about finding new buyers, new customers all the time. It's just about being able to spend more money in a profitable way. A warmer lead is more profitable than a colder lead, right? So spending more money against a warmer data set is better. If you spend $100 a day against people that have previously purchased from you and your product isn't total shit, it's probably better money than you spent $100 against people that know fuck all about your brand. Because your ROAS is probably going to be higher and your CPA is probably going to be lower. A lot of people say, well, retention should bring you 5x. That's absolute bullshit, especially in today's day. But somebody that bought from you before should be an easier sell than somebody that's never heard of you. So until you've maxed out your frequency and your budget caps and everything, until you have taken full advantage of that audience, you don't need to spend more money reaching new people in prospecting. That's just a poor way of scaling a business. And part of the thing that we talked about in the new ebook is how to use your media mix to maximize your low funnel and mid funnel efforts to fund creative testing inside of prospecting. That's a big thing. We don't need to get too much into it. Your homework this week is just make the thing. And trust me, all you have to do is make it. You don't even have to spend a fucking dime. You can have the thing turned off. If you just want to save some fucking money, you can make those things right now. Turn them off, never fucking use it, and get into the Slack channel and then just start raping all the information in there that you want. That's up to you. You can do that, and excuse my vernacular. Questions. Let's see, Court. What are your thoughts on using reach campaigns for mid-funnel audiences? I think the reach campaigns are valuable. Sometimes I use them, especially for add to carts and view content. I've seen mixed results with them. I think it's a great way to increase spend against a really high profit margin audience. Like if you are looking at, I want to spend $1,000 or $100 the most efficient way, you want to spend as much money in the high ROAS audiences that you can. If you have an audience that's 3x, I want to spend every dime fucking possible against a 3x audience. And one of the ways of increasing my spend against that is to use a reach campaign versus a conversion campaign. So this is kind of some real down in the weeds, high level shit, but try and provide value to everybody here. So what I can say is I've found success in using reach campaigns for your very, very low funnel audiences, for your add to cart one days, for your initiate checkouts, for this super high qualified. I want to reach all of them, not just the ones most likely to buy. Now, the issue you'll run into is that if you use that same audience against multiple campaigns of the same type, whereas, for instance, you have an add to cart one day and both a conversion optimization and a reach optimization, they're going to compete with each other. You're not actually going to get full delivery. So a lot of times you have to make a decision on which one you want to go with. And that's really a simple matter of, for instance, say I can spend $300 a day. It's just math, okay? It's not necessarily an example, and if it doesn't apply to you, please forgive me. But say I can spend $300 a day at a 3x on an add to cart one day, using the conversion objective. And I know that that's getting me a saturation into that audience of maybe 50% or 60% or 30% of those people. Let's say it's 30%. I spend $300 a day, reaching 30% of my add to cart one day audience, and I get a 3x return. That means I'm reaching 30% of the people that have abandoned cart, and my $300 is giving me $900. I will say now on that same audience, I can use a reach objective, and I can spend $500 a day. And that 500 only gets me a 2x. Or say it only gets me a 2.5x, right? So it's a lower ROAS, right? Now, straight math would say, well, lower ROAS isn't good. Go back to the conversion objective. But let's look at the numbers. 500 at a 2.5x is $1,250 in revenue. Now, $1,250 in revenue is not always the most important thing. $1,250 minus my $500 investment is a $750 profit. And also that reach objective is getting me 50 or 60 or 80% reach into this audience, which means I'm more likely to hit almost every single person in the abandoned cart, which means I'm taking more full advantage of the opportunity. So that being said, $1,250 revenue minus $500 investment is a $750 profit. The 300 at a 3x ROAS is a $900 revenue, which gives me $600 profit, right? 900 minus $300 investment is a $600 profit, which means in that case, the reach objective, while less efficient, gives me more profit in my revenue. Now, if my reach objective gave me $1,000 revenue at a $500 investment with only a 2x, it would only give me a $500 profit, which is less valuable than the $600 would have gotten off the 3x from 300. So I know that's a little bit of crazy math, but I really want to kind of go through that example. So again, to recap, if my conversion objective, spending $300 a day gets me 3x, that's $900 in revenue, $600 profit. My 500, if it gets me 2.5x in ROAS, gives me $750 in profit. Only 2x gives me $500 in profit, so it's less valuable. Now that's some super nerd shit, and I think I lost half of you, and I apologize, but I really want to cover this stuff in depth. So probably spent too much time, but those are my thoughts. You have to know the profit and the revenue off of your investment. And those are the ways that I would evaluate it. Now, if your objective is to make as much revenue as possible, maximum revenue overall, it's very different than trying to make the most amount of profit, right? So you've got competing interests, so you have to take a look at them. All right. Well, that was a super fucking in the weeds question. I'm glad. Hopefully, I got everybody. Jacob, nice to see you. Hopefully, got all the questions answered there. So, Court says, so would you test both? I would test both and establish benchmarks and then determine which one gets you the most. I would run them at the same time, run them in different campaigns, and let them duke it out. The reason I run them in different campaigns is because you want to be running CBO as much as you can, and different optimization events prevent you from using CBO. So otherwise, you can use them in the same campaign and just duke it out. But you really want to look at impressions and reach and really look at those numbers. So that is a way to test your mid-funnel efforts. Anyway, great. So as promised, I want to really get into the 6 brilliant base, 6 of these things. And like I said, I don't have a name for it yet. And maybe one day I'll have one. And if any of y'all have a good idea on what I should be calling this stuff, shit, no, that is my live that we're doing right now. I just wanted to look at the thing so I can make sure we're on the same topic. So in covering the, I call this eCom starter pack. I call this a bunch of different things. But I wanted to cover the stuff that everybody should be doing before you start making heavy investments into trying to scale prospecting. What are the brilliant basic things that you need to cover? So we'll go through the list right now, and then I'll cover 2 of them. So number 1 is Facebook retargeting. We've covered that ad nauseum all the time, and I'll never stop covering it because it's very important. Number 2, iterative creative testing, CBO campaigns. Before you try to scale your prospecting, you need to know which creative performs the best to run throughout the funnel to maximize your customer journey and to make sure that you're giving Facebook the best assets to use. Also, Google branded search. So many of you aren't using Google branded search, and we've covered that before, but Google branded search is a place where you can get, if you're not getting 5 or 10x return on your money, you're not doing it right. So Google branded search is something that you absolutely need to be doing. And what this is, it's covering to make sure that when somebody looks for your brand or your product name, that you are the first thing that shows up on Google on page number 1, because the best place to bury a body is on page 2 of Google, because nobody ever fucking goes there. If you want to make sure that you don't make any money, do a bunch of advertising and then don't cover your ass on Google. Also, Google's a great way to make a fuck ton of money for dirt cheap, because it's capitalizing on the investment that you've already made, because people already have a high level of intent. By the time that you go to Google to research something, you want to buy it. You want to know about it. And if you've taken a lot of effort turning people onto a product, and then they go to Google to research it, and they see all of your competitors, what you've effectively done is spent Facebook dollars to make sales for your competitors. And that's fucking stupid. Also, chatbots. Now, that's in the name of this group, and I don't cover it nearly as much as maybe I should, but chatbots. We really want to be using chatbots, and that's part of the thing that we're going to be covering today. Now, whether it's ChatKit, ManyChat, ChatFuel, a million of them, you want to have chatbots in place. And this is a way for you to use automation to reach out to potential customers, to make customer journeys with them. And it's very much akin to an email journey, right? Very much akin to an email journey. Sorry, my hair's fucking bothering me. It's very akin to an email journey. But you're doing it inside of Facebook. And the reason that chatbots are really great is because your open rate is 80 or 90%. and because you can use specific actions to trigger different journeys, right? So we're going to cover a lot more of that today, and that's one of the things. And not only are we going to cover chatbots, but we're going to do a great fucking hack for chatbots. Something that is in my new best practices. I just really kind of came up with it a couple weeks ago, and it is fucking nuts. And I told my Facebook rep, and she was just like, well, yeah, nobody's doing that, but you really fucking should. I've never heard of it, but there's absolutely no fucking reason that it shouldn't be done all the fucking time. So we're going to get into that. The value of chatbots and my number one hack for it. So stick around for that. And then also another element is Tapjoy. I've been able to get a lot of you all. Hi, Raul. I've been able to get a lot of you into Tapjoy so far. My rep Julia, she's just like overwhelmed with phone calls and emails from people from this group. It's great. Just got 3 more brands on it with Vika. And I think I've got 2 more phone calls with her later. So I might start getting commission from them. I don't know. I don't get any money from them. It's just really fucking valuable. And the reason why Tapjoy is amazing is because Tapjoy is a commission-only platform. And by the way, if any of you else know of any other commission-based platforms, please let me know, and I will test them. And if it works out, I'll tell everybody about it. And if you can provide any kind of value for that for me, I'll definitely like hook you the fuck up with anything I possibly fucking can. So please share it if you got it. But what's dope about Tapjoy is I set a bid. And that bid is what I'm willing to pay per conversion. Now, at the end of the month, I share my GA data with them. And they bill me off of conversions that I'm tracking that I am 100% confident with based on GA. And we then say, okay, well, on this day I was paying $25 to make a conversion, and on this day it was only $15. So they bill me based on what my bid is that day for all the conversions that happened that day. Now, why is this valuable? Say your product is $50. You can go to Tapjoy and say, I'm willing to spend $45. I'm willing to give you $45 for every sale that you make, which means that you are guaranteed $5 profit minimum for every single conversion made on that platform, which is boss as fuck. And I've gone from a couple hundred to over $1,000 a day on that platform in a matter of weeks. And it's all prospecting. If you like, so it's super fucking valuable. Tapjoy will be another thing that we cover probably next week. And we also covered it in depth in some previous lives, so take a look at it. It was your homework before. So just go in and make money, and then I'll give you hookups for you making money. So do that. And if you want to go with my rep, I'll message me. I'll give you her fucking email address, and you can blow her the fuck up. So that's super valuable. And why is that valuable also? Is because it's an opportunity for you to make sales that are at a profit, then also get additional clicks into your site, which fills your retargeting pool. So you don't have to spend Facebook ad dollars to fill your retargeting pool. You're using it for profit effort, where all the people that don't buy right away are now inside of your retargeting pool. So you're blowing them up on social. And it's also creating intent where people are going to Google, like maybe they didn't buy because they're in the app experience, is where Tapjoy works. But they know about your product, and then like, okay, let me check this thing out. So they Google it. So now your Google branded search is blowing up because of the Tapjoy traffic. So Tapjoy in itself is a for-profit way to fill all of your retargeting funnels, where you're going to make it 2, 3, 4, 5, 10x on your remarketing efforts. 10x being on Google branded search, and hopefully at least 1.5 or 2 on Facebook. So it's a free way of filling up all your retargeting pools. So again, if you're not doing that, that's why these are really basics. We need to cover this shit before we get into anything else about like interest groups and lookalikes and create all this other bullshit that is fucking lovely, but is something you do after you cover the brilliant basics. The next thing, we talked about it last week, so I'm not going to cover it so much again today, but we're going to cover it again, is Instagram growth hack engines. This is, again, stupid shit that everybody needs to be doing. This is the tool that we go into before. It's called Instalex, Instalex.pro. This is another great way to use automated basis where it's a subscription. It's like $20 a month, $15 a month, something like that. And it'll start, and it'll like and comment and follow and unfollow people. But what we want it for is conquesting, going after our competitors' customer bases and our competitors' pre-curated audiences. They've done all the work to build up a customer base that's really interested in their product line. So let's go after dog food, right? If I had a dog food company, I would set up immediately an Instagram growth hack engine and start targeting the Purinas of the world and the, whatever, all the other dog food companies, go after their Instagram audiences and just start following and unfollowing and commenting and liking their stuff in a non-spammy way. And then I can use their direct message function to direct message people with links to go out to my site for lead gen purposes or links to get into the chatbot so I can remarket to them, so that I'm using $20 a month to build CRM databases so they can reach out to people for free to retarget them, to provide them enough opportunity and enough value that they make purchases, or they go to my website, and then I'm remarketing them with Google branded search and with Facebook retargeting. And I've spent less than $50 a month to get a shit ton of traffic to my site that I'm remarketing at high profit margins. And everybody else is doing all the work. I don't have to do fuck all other than hit go on the automation. And that's also a tool that if you want to make some extra money, it's $20 a month, $30 a month. Set it, offer it as a service, charge $500 and get 4 or 5 clients and pay your fucking rent. I currently have at least one, and I'm pitching 2 or 3 others where I charge over $1,000 for that service. I pay my rent with that service. That's fucking stupid. I pay my car payment, my rent, and my cell phone off of one guy who's an author, very well renowned, talking head on television, and run his ManyChat opt-in service and his Instagram growth hacking engine for $2K a month. This is an opportunity for you to quit your fucking day job. Get 2 of them. Done. All right. And then the last thing that we're really going to cover is, I just thought of something else we need to add into here. So we're going to add another one. Is one-click buy landing pages. One of the things that really bothers me about a lot of people is they make these really elaborate customer journey in their landing pages, right? Like, oh, here's the product, great, add to cart, here's an upsell, and then here's another upsell, and then there's 5 other steps, and then great, I can put in my information and finally buy. The thing is, that makes a lot of sense for us as marketers to capitalize the most amount of profit off of this piece of traffic. But as a consumer, I don't care. Most of the time that people buy things on the internet, it's an impulse buy. If you were checking out at the 7, it's the fucking gum next to the cash register. If the gum next to the cash register takes 10 steps to buy, you're not gonna fucking buy it. So we're gonna cover that today. So anyway, the last piece, and this is something that maybe Vika can help me out on too later on, is post-transactional upsells and bundles. That's something that we really need to get into. That might be a level 2 kind of thing. I haven't quite worked this all out. I don't come knowing all the answers. We're going to figure it out. All I know is this is the way that I crush it constantly, and I just want you to do the same. So anyway, those are the 6 things that you need to be doing before you worry about scaling prospecting. So let's get into the first piece, the chatbot, right? So chatbots. This is a way, you can use ManyChat, ChatFuel, ChatKit, there's a bunch of them. But we're talking specifically about Facebook Messenger chatbots. Now, this is a way that you can have things on your website that pop up that are help, where people can chat to you and you can respond to them. This is also a way where people, when they, oh shit, Plague Vendor just liked my picture of me playing at this music festival. Sorry, I played this music festival in Vegas, and I wore a t-shirt of this band, actually, ironically enough, and I'm really trying to get a gig with them, maybe go on tour with them. And so I've been tagging them in a bunch of my shit, and they just like my picture on Instagram. I'm vain. Let's just get that out of the way. Okay, anyway, so chatbots, and it's a way for you to reach out to your customer, and a lot of people use it as an extension of email, which it is, but we can also use it aggressively as a customer acquisition piece. And one of the best ways of doing this, so I want to cover off a couple things before I go down to this super sexy fucking thing that I've been doing. Number one, Facebook allows you to reach out to somebody within 24 hours of them opting in, and then one message after that. Now, we've talked previously about when somebody opts in, you can respond back like, hey, here's a deal, or how can I help you? This is great for customer service. This is great for when people ask about specials, or when people want to have objections. You can overcome objections in the buying process by answering their questions there, or having automation that provides value. And you see that a lot from the Ezra Firestones and all the other fucking get-rich-quick nonsense people that are giving you the same fucking deck they've been pitching for 3 years, and they say, hey, we're going to have a great fucking conference. Here's this deck. And sometimes, once or twice, I've literally seen like the date added or the date created because they're like loading their deck into the presentation, and it'll say like 2017. How fucking valuable is that deck if it's 2 fucking years old? It's bullshit. Anyway, there's a lot of value there, and I think there's a lot of really good things. And what I would say is the number one thing is go join the communities for these chatbots and find people that are really fucking good at those journeys. If you're in ManyChat, go bother Mackenzie. She's the shit. She's the moderator there. I've been in rooms with her before. I've done like mastermind sessions or whatever. She's fucking brilliant. I mean, we flew her out to Vegas. We spent all day in one little room, Vika and I and a couple other people. It was like 8 of us mapping out how to do a brand new brand inside of chatbots. It was great. But the reason why chatbots are really important is because it's a customer that's showing interest in you. They're reaching out to you. This is a warm lead that we would otherwise spend Facebook media dollars on retargeting ads to try to close. The honest truth is the number one thing we can do as advertisers is try to find a way of making a sale without using a Facebook ad. We want to make Facebook ads as difficult as fucking possible, because Facebook ads should be the last resort, because all these other ways are free. They're higher profit margin. I could spend $20 making a conversion on a Facebook ad, or I could do it on a chatbot for $50 a month. $50 a month, even if I get 20 sales, at $50 a piece, I make $1,000 for $50. Or I can spend $20 a piece on those conversions and break even. So, or make far less money. So you really need to look at chatbots, and I think every ad account should have these. Every brand should have this set up from day one to make sure that when a customer shows interest in your product, when they reach out to you, you're able to respond to them immediately in a native way that they can't ignore. It's not like somebody sends, first off, if somebody sees your Facebook ad and tries to reach out to you through some fucking email to know more about your product, then you respond to them a couple days later and show up in their spam folder, you've already lost that sale. But when they do it through a chatbot, and you can respond to them in a day or less with an 80 or 90% open rate with a direct link to some page where they can make a purchase right away, you're going to make that fucking sale, and it's done through customer service. And you can do that yourself. And it's super fucking easy. And if you're not doing that, you're throwing away money. So that's the value of the chatbot. And we're going to cover that way more in depth inside the ebook. But the super sexy fucking dope ass fucking thing that I came up with a couple weeks ago that we're now going to implementing and is going to crush, or has already started crushing, is applying one of the tools in the chatbot. It's called a comment to opt-in, which means when somebody comments on your Facebook post, the chatbot, they've opted into the chatbot, and you can reach out to them saying, hey, thank you for showing interest, blah, 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 whatever the fuck you want. Now, previously, even I have suggested take your Facebook Live, attach a chatbot to it, and then promote your Facebook Live, so that every time somebody engages with the Facebook Live after it's gone live, they can then get like a gift card or something else, right? So you should provide them value. What occurred to me was, why does it have to be only on the live? Do a Facebook comment to opt in on every Facebook ad that you have. Every single person that comments, every single person that you paid to make an impression to that has gone out of their way to make any fucking effort besides hitting like, reach out to them on the comment to opt in through the chatbot. And what this means is you're going to be able to make sales day one, within hours, day two, day three, however you want to do it. But you're going to steal all the results you're getting from your Facebook add to carts and your Facebook view content and your website traffic. You're going to steal all those sales with your chatbot and you spend $50 a month making all of those sales instead of $20, $30 per conversion. This is a monumental way of using your Facebook ad dollars to build up a CRM list where you can convert customers for free. And it's going to steal performance from your ads, but that's okay. You don't need the ads to perform. The ads are the fucking safety net. This is a way of making those sales for nothing. It takes no effort other than some automation. And then you can do it all for free and you can pay fucking people to do it. Hey, James, how you doing? Go to Chat Fuel. I think they've got a really, really great, Chat Kit. Go to Chat Kit. They have a really great managed service. It's a couple $100 a month. And if you make a couple sales through it, then they're the ones doing all the work and you're paying them a commission, essentially as a department of your company. And there's somebody on the phone that you can yell at to do all the fucking work. But this is a great way, comment to opt in on all your Facebook ads. Not only does it close the gap there, but it makes your CRM list bigger so that when you have broadcasts, when you have announcements, when you have sales or anything else, you can blast that out on top of your email list. It's an email list with an 80% open rate of people that may or may not have bought from you already. The only reason they know about it is because you showed them a Facebook ad, and instead of wasting money on retargeting ads to maybe convert them, you're getting them for free. That's fucking baller. Now, if you have a Facebook group or a community, you can say maybe join that thing so you can curate the customer experience and have them purchase through your Facebook group. Then you get adoption rates like a motherfucker. But the point is, use all of your Facebook ads you're already spending money on as a way to grow your CRM list by using the comment to opt in on every fucking ad. Do that. Do that. Then when somebody objects to the add to cart, when say somebody saw your Tapjoy ad and they didn't really think about it too much, but they saw it and they went to Google and they typed in your brand name and then they saw it and they went to your website, but they didn't purchase right away. So then you hit them with like a website, like retargeting ad on Facebook, and then they comment their friend's name like, hey, is this any good? And then you reach out to them as a brand for free and you close the deal. You basically spent pennies on that impression on a Facebook ad. And that's the only dollars that so pennies there and a couple dollars maybe on Google branded search to get the click. Maybe you're in for $2 and you made the sale that otherwise would have been maybe a couple dollars, $2, $3, $5, $10 on prospecting ads to get them to click, and then $2, $3, $5, $10 on a retargeting ad to get them to get the click, and then maybe another $20 to get the sale where you're in for $30 before they make the purchase, or $2. If you do that, that's a 15x profit margin. That's what I'm saying. You need to do this shit before worrying about your fucking lookalike audience. If I had a microphone, I'd drop it. Whatever. Anyway, the second thing that we want to talk about, and I don't want to go too much into the depth here, but I've already iterated on it today, but it's the one-click buy landing pages. You need to make your landing page, your actual conversion page, as simple as possible. And now, I'm not saying about all of your landing pages. I'm not saying about for all your products, but almost all the brands here, almost everybody, hey, Chris, almost all the brands here, almost everybody that we work with has one flagship item. Like, this is your tripwire offer. This is the thing that gets people in the door. It's $9 or $19 or $39. It's the right price to get somebody not to really think about it, but they're gonna buy, right? It's the impulse buy shit. Almost all of us have it. That landing page that sells that item needs to be able to drive a sale with one click. People land on that page, there's a big fucking buy now button, they click that thing and they're checking out. Anything you put in that process will deteriorate your conversion rate and cost you money. It doesn't need to be fucking sexy. If it were up to me, it would be a simple fucking, here's a picture of the fucking product, and here's a giant buy now page, buy now button. It's just boom, that's it. You don't need fuck all else on there. Don't let them navigate away on the top because that's not good for business. Don't let them, research on links below hand, because that's not good for business. Don't put too many fucking words on there to let somebody get lost in like reading reviews and all sorts of stuff, because that's not good for business. When the person's on that page, they need two things. Is this the thing I want to buy? Yes, it is, because that's the fucking picture of it. And how do I buy? Oh, this giant fucking button. Click on this giant fucking button and then check out. If you can make that process happen where somebody can check out on their phone in less than 30 seconds, you're going to make more sales. Do that shit before you worry about your prospecting ads, because anything else you're doing, driving traffic to that page where that page isn't that easy to buy, is wasted money. Make it really fucking easy for somebody to give you your money. The harder it is for somebody to give you money, the less money you're going to get. Do that shit today. Take your number one flagship, number one fucking product, make a new landing page just for this purpose. If it were me, make a new landing page just for this purpose with just a fucking picture of the thing. Don't even do a video. Video takes too much time. It's a fucking picture of the thing with a description so people know. Big bold ass letters. It's the Plague Bender t-shirt. It's this fucking shirt, and buy now. Maybe it's pick a size. I wouldn't even go so far as that. Just it's a medium. Fuck it. Buy it. The point is, anything that you put that is going to get in the way of somebody making a purchase is something that costs you money. All right, I'm done. Clearly my voice is fucking shot. I've got several shows this week. I've got recording sessions, so I'm going to try to save it. I'm going out to a fucking parade for Pride right now, and then out to the fucking beach for the barbecue with Facebook. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Let me see if there's any questions. James, messenger bots are retargeting. James, go back in and check this thing out. I'm not going to try to reiterate all of it. Go back to, I think, roughly around 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But it's, we're talking about, I'm building together my Brilliant Basics, like starter kit. Like, you need to do these things before you worry fuck all about anything. And like your interest groups or your lookalikes or your prospecting ads on Facebook. Here are all the things that you need to do before you worry about any of the other shit that 90% of people think are the most important, that are the things that don't mean fuck all. If you're not doing this shit, then none of your efforts on trying to optimize your fucking anything else matters. This is the stuff that you need to handle first. All right, I'm done. Love you guys. Darren, sorry you're late to the show. Go back and hit replay. Love you guys. It's fucking Pride Week. Go out there and fucking show some love. And see you guys later. Bye.